Hello, I'm Kimberlie Acosta. Welcome to the Native News Update. It's Friday, February 4th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at our website, IndianCountryNews.com. Here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The chairman of the Blackfeet Nation called for an increase in the economic development for Native American tribes in the annual Montana State of the Tribal Nations address on February 3rd. Increasing tourism by dispelling the stereotype that reservations are lawless places is important for economic advancement of the Native American tribes, Willie Sharp told state lawmakers. Native Americans make up 6.5% of the population in Montana, and Sharp said they could soon make up the largest minority in the state. That makes cooperation between the legislature and the Native American reservations very important, he had said. He acknowledged difficulties facing Native Americans, including poverty, unemployment, a short life expectancy, and high death rates. He also highlighted the need for improved education investment, strong tribal leadership, and an easing of racial stereotypes between Native Americans and other Montanians. West Fargo, North Dakota police say someone broke into a sporting goods store and took about $6,000 worth of University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux hockey jerseys. Officer Rhonda Jorgensen says 100 of the jerseys were stolen from Valley Sporting Goods earlier this week. University of North Dakota is retiring the nickname under an agreement with the NCAA, which considers the Fighting Sioux moniker offensive to American Indians. A North Dakota Senate bill would require counties to open at least one polling place on each of the state's American Indian reservations during elections. Many rural North Dakota counties run elections almost entirely by mail. New Rockford Senator Joanne Heckman says it's unreasonable to rely on mail voting on reservations that don't have rural mail delivery or easy transportation. Heckman's district includes part of the Spirit Lake Sioux Reservation. The tribe sued Benison County last year when the county wouldn't open a reservation polling place on Election Day. Mohave County, Arizona's sheriff's officials are targeting speeders in a remote area near the Grand Canyon Skywalk, hoping to prevent traffic crashes on roads that have sharp curves, rugged washboards, and narrow shoulders. The Halapi tribe operates the Skywalk, a glass-bottom structure that suspends visitors more than 4,000 feet above the floor of the Grand Canyon. About 75% of the nearly 620,000 people who visit Grand Canyon West, home of the Skywalk, get there by vehicle. The roads that lead to the reservation have posted speed limits that vary from 25 miles per hour to 55 miles per hour, but motorists often ignore that because of the remote of the area. The authorities say more than 100 traffic crashes have occurred over 3 years on Pierce Ferry Road off of US 93 and Diamond Bar Road, which leads to the Skywalk, 30% of which have resulted in serious injury or death. Bill Rancic, one of the nation's top businessmen and entrepreneurs, will appear at Res 2011, to be held on March 14th through the 17th in Las Vegas, Nevada, to share advice on how to think like an entrepreneur in corporate America and how to be successful in business and in life. One of the world's most respected and in-demand entrepreneurs, Rancic is best known for being crowned Donald Trump's right-hand man on season 1 of the NBC hit Apprentice in 2004. Res is the largest and longest-running Indian business conference in the nation, and it's the premier gathering of American Indian and Indigenous and tribal entrepreneurs, tribal representatives, corporations, and government agencies focused on business, commerce, and economic development in Indian country. For more information, you can check out ncaied.org. The Director for American Indian Outreach for the University of Kansas has been recognized for her efforts. Marigold Linton has received a Presidential Award for Excellence in Science, Mathematics, and Engineering Mentoring. The award recognizes individuals and organizations that have enhanced participation in those fields by typically underrepresented demographics such as women and minorities. The school said in a news release that Linton is among 11 people and 4 organizations selected for the honor. Linton leads a collaborative team from the University of Kansas and Haskell Indian Nations University that has obtained more than $13 million in research training support from the National Institutes of Health. She also is the founder and past president of the Society for the Advancement of Chicanos and Native Americans in Science. A documentary produced by the University of Arizona's Native Nations Institute and Arizona Public Media chronicles the efforts of the Red Lake Band of Chippewa and state officials in Minnesota to bring a game fish back from near extinction. A just-released documentary film, Ogagbiaji Giwewag, Return of the Red Lake Walleye, chronicles the extraordinary efforts of the Minnesota-based Red Lake Band of Chippewa to revive a key cultural resource. The film examines how the Red Lake Chippewas in Minnesota overcame decades of bad blood to forge an innovative public policy solution that puts cooperation before conflict and science before politics, fueling an amazing recovery that has defied the odds. The Walleye Recovery Project won an Honoring Nations Award from the Harvard Project on American Indian Economic Development in 2006. For more information on the film, you can visit returnoftheredlakewalleye.com. And that's the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.